Good morning, lunatics. Welcome to Morning Java. Morning Java brought to you, as always, Dan, by our good friends at the Get-Go Cafe and Market, where you can eat like as many hot dogs as you
Hot dogs. It's not just because Phil Kessel left town either. They have an abundance of hot dogs, and they're actually very good. You think of convenience store hot dogs, you think of that, the things on the rotary that's been sitting there all night.
No.
These are high quality, high grade hot dogs.
They are, and pretty soon as the lights go off, these
literally and figuratively, we might add. Wow.
The hot
saving
dogs,
a nickel.
The hot dogs are not going to be bringing the fans in like they did last Friday, like we saw. They're just going to start staying at home.
Yeah, I lost the hot dog parallel because the lights threw me out here.
Sorry,
but
Taylor.
As long as we're out here in the seats Sunday, before we get to any actual baseball, there's some weird stuff happening in the crowds at PNC Park lately, aren't there?
It's real weird. Like it
Really
was starting to make me feel
creepy stuff. And you
like
wonder what we're talking
uncomfortable.
about. They're yelling things that are. It's not just that. Obviously they have a couple of beers and whatever, but they're yelling stuff, really vicious stuff at the Pirates in particular, but stuff about the ownership, stuff about, and there aren't enough of them here for that to matter. They don't technically have a voice, but the dude you took a picture of now does, because he showed up with a bag on his head.
Yeah, he shows up with a bag on his head. It says, born in 1993, when will it end?
Wow.
I mean, if that doesn't just capitalize everything for you. But, and the groups, some of the groups that were cheering and chanting for and against the Pirates, they were doing it to both teams. You had a group that was yelling at Chris Archer about his ERA and wanting Austin Meadows back. That same group is like, where's Bryce Harper? So
That part made no sense.
They're doing it
Some
to
of
both
them
sides.
looked like they were like Washington fans who were originally from Pittsburgh and decided to abandon the Pirates in favor of the Nats. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I heard a lot of that because the greatest out-migration Pittsburgh's ever had all went toward that part of the world. So I can see that. You're a couple of generations removed and you're tired of Bob Nutting and the Pirates. But overall, though, there's anger, way more than there is disappointment. It's real. People in this city are, I don't know that I've seen it like this. I thought that I would never see, I'm probably predating you on this, but anything quite like the Aramis Ramirez flap in 2003 when he was just literally just given away for
No,
money.
I showed up in a blue Cubs jersey the next time they played the Cubs.
Well, okay, so I didn't predate it, but this is worse. This is worse because there's a cumulative effect of 12 years of control under this front office and a long time for the manager and the on-field staff as well. How can anything be taken seriously about the 2020 season with the starting pitching in this much flux? Just the starting pitching Sunday. We're talking after Trevor Williams, got rocked again for 8 runs over 2 innings. But it's not just him. Some guys have looked better, Musgrove, Archer, whatever, but it's still been massively inconsistent.
Yeah, no, and it's pretty sad and a little bit funny when we look back at some of the first Javas we did, some of them down in Bradenton, some
This
of
year.
them here, where we're talking about the starting
pitching, the
4
strength.
really
Yeah.
pitchers, and not knowing who was going to produce and help pick them up to keep from losing games that the pitchers were going to dominate. It's been, if anything, the complete opposite. Now they didn't put any runs in this game. They didn't help anybody out. A relief pitcher gets the first hit for the Pirates, but
I forgot about that.
man, where's the pitching though? It's just there's been none.
Well,
it's been inconsistent.
I guess what's scarier is that you have Mitch Keller is your top pitching prospect by a mile. I mean, there is not a number 2 in this sense. So a lot of this, and I think the kid himself knows this, is on him. I mean, he has to be, but who's expecting that from him right away? You've already seen the inconsistencies. I loved what I saw of him in Anaheim. I didn't love at all what we saw of him when he came back home. For the Williamsport game. Where is it? Where is this starting pitching? Where's it going to come from? They ain't buying it.
No, and I don't know that I mean, what can we really expect from Keller to come in and do? Like, just what you're saying. How can you expect him to come be the consistency that we thought that Archer might be, that Musgrove might be, that Trevor Williams might carry over from last year, that Chad Kuhl will eventually, hopefully, return
again, you're counting on Chad Kuhl coming right off of Tommy John. Regardless of who is running this team, no matter who it is, if they do end up firing everyone, if that happens, that whoever comes in is still going to be dealt the exact same garbage hand. And I'm talking about the hands, not the people or whatever. The quality of the starting pitching has been garbage. That's safe to say, not the people. Don't get, okay. Whoever it is going to have to come in and navigate that with the same owner and the same payroll.
Look, I vote for Jose Osuna to be involved in the rotation in some way. We know he can throw now. We also know that he's going to go after people when he needs to.
He's going after Amir Garrett at the bottom of the pile away from the cameras. Okay, Osuna is your guy.
That's one way of saying it, yeah.
Osuna is your guy. Osuna has been suspended for 5 games. He started serving those 5 games because of baseball's weird system Wednesday night. And I bring up Osuna not only because he's your guy, but because something happened to get Osuna suspended for 5 games. And those of us without the Zapruder film still don't know what it was. I am suspecting that it was very, very bad things to Amir Garrett at the bottom of that pile.
Are you saying that Jose Osuna is the Bill Romanowski of the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Romanowski would do it right in front of everybody. Osuna was like somewhere under this pile, and just there's all this commotion going on everywhere else, and there's old men punching each other and whatever else.
Trying to, at least.
And meanwhile, the main guy who had really started, I mean, at least the physical part of it, Amir Garrett comes over, and then somehow Osuna gets him down there. How did MLB find this footage? Where is it from? Is it like fan footage? We couldn't see it.
Probably somewhere in New England. They probably had it up there. I don't know. How do you see that kind of stuff? I honestly don't know, because when you look back at all the footage, yeah, Romanowski did stuff like that was visible and evident, but most of the crazy stuff that you heard about Romanowski was the stuff that he did, under the pile, when he's talking about taking guys' fingers and snapping fingers and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
It may have just been a case where enough people came forward like, you got to investigate this. This is what was happening.
It wouldn't be fair to talk about Osuna without also mentioning that he's actually been very good at baseball of late, and he seems to have found himself. I wonder if there's going to be a chance given to him to play third base, because I think we're in agreement here, you and I, that he can handle the position. Defensively, he's got the strong, accurate throw. He's, I mean,
100%.
I don't think he's Brooks Robinson over there, but I think he's got, he's got the ability to play it if his bat played. I'd like to see him play a lot.
No, I would too. I mean, his bat has been playing, so there's that. And how many times were we told over 2 seasons down in Bradenton, this guy's the best fielding first baseman in the Pirates organization?
Oh, no. Well, they were comparing him to JB.
No, I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But there was more than that at the time, And
no, they like his fielding, especially at first.
Yeah, they like him, and there were guys like Sean Rod that came back, and they still liked his fielding. I mean, just they like him, and if he can do that and translate that to third base in any capacity,
well, let's see it.
Yeah, let's see
I mean,
it.
The GM himself says Brian Hayes isn't ready. Okay, let's take them on their word for it. Maybe Hayes won't even be a September call-up. That's fine. You still have a chance to see a potential major league third baseman, put him out there every day. Hey, we tried really hard to come up with some kind of positive topic on baseball.